and also further allocated those plots and worked out the density in units per hectare for each of the sites. So I was looking at, so I basically then came to conclude in perhaps proposing something or finding an area which I could concentrate on, increasing the density of the estate, play with the existing system of accommodation to provide more versatile and varied forms of accommodation, to manipulate the existing aesthetic, and to provide accommodation more suited to people, such as key workers, first-time buyers, to a more central London location, which I came to that conclusion through more site analysis. First of all, I looked at generic shapes and masses to perhaps propose an additional tower and how that would play in the landscape and whereabouts would it sit and how does it interact with creating new urban spaces, how does it relate to the existing surrounding residential context. I then looked at focusing on the existing tower and how I could refigure the accommodation to play with the existing structural slabs and levels to create opportunities in different heights of the building. So, and how I could basically increase the density within the tower, within the existing tower itself. Bear in mind that I've come up with the conclusion that the site itself can sustain again, I was also looking at how the tower comes to the ground, how I can use the existing structure. At this point, I researched the existing structure came to ground in terms of columns, which later was pretty wrong. So I moved on to that. How does it open up ground then? I looked at bringing Suffolk Park into play, how the tower would sit in such a level, and how the half levels could be worked, and how I can work some accommodation and services in the existing corridors, how do these come into play. And then revised, again you can see more sketches, just thinking this through, little bit of ideas of how I can utilise all the space within a space that I was finding was increasingly small because it was defined by the existing sheer structure. I then looked at how revised how the tower came to ground after I noted that these sheer walls that came directly to ground, and how I would provide, I revised my schedule of accommodation to provide service retail to provide to aid in the increased density that I was proposing, and how I would then suspend the retail from the soffit of the first floor slab to again create a more open ground plan. So within the tower is a degree of what I was proposing was a degree of social engineering. I was looking to increase the density of occupants. So I was looking to change the families that live there as I felt that the towers were suited to family living, and propose more, like I said, young persons, singles, couples, first-time buyers, key city workers. So I then put that back into context of how much I was proposing through my sketches, to then reanalyse how much on a scale that I can understand, and then how much that would then equate to with an additional tower. So basically I'd fill up about 2/3 of Suffolk Park in low-rise residential accommodation if I was to provide that. I've allocated a second tower here. This sits on the plot of the building that was already there, that was being demolished. The tower itself is a generic form. It's what I'm doing with this project is I'm focusing in on the existing tower and how I can configure that. And then what I've done is then applied those principles that I know will work to a generic form. But given more time, I'd like to explore different forms and how I can reorientate people and so forth.